Virginia, welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Kelly alongside ROH executive producer Jim Cornette. And Jim, tonight, our main event, an original rules Texas Death Match in a major promotion for the first time in almost 10 years.
That's right, it's going to be Jay Briscoe and Charlie Haas, the culmination of their long feud. It's going to be under Texas Deathmatch rules. It will be here tonight, and it will go until one man can't. Charleston is rocking. They're ready to see it, Kevin.
That's our main event, but our opening contest features two veterans who have never faced one another. American Wolf Davey Richards against No Fear Mike Mondo. Let's go to some comments from Mondo recorded earlier today.
Veda Scott here in the locker room with No Fear Mike Mondo, who tonight faces Davey Richards in the biggest test of your Ring of Honor career.
Yeah, that's right, Richards. Yo, Wolf Boy, why don't you get to your television screen so you can hear me a little clearer? For the first time ever here in Charleston, Mondo and Richards in Ring of Honor. Yeah, Davey, I don't like you. You kidding me? Sure as heck don't fear you. But as hard it is to roll off my tongue, that's right, Veda. Unfortunately, I do respect you, Davey. We've both been all around the world. We've competed and beaten the best from all around the world. But Davey, you call yourself the best in the world? I call you bluff, punk. That's right. You ain't the best until you defeated this man. And Davey, you always said the hunt is on. Well, tonight, you are the hunted, and you will fall prey to No Fear, Mike Mondo.
So the man who says no fear, who claims to be the biggest man in town and who has had some of the finest wrestling matches in Ring of Honor in 2012. No Fear Mike Mondo with the biggest test of his ROH career. Jim, I don't know if there's any time where Mondo would ever show fear. It certainly isn't in this occasion.
Well, no, as a matter of fact, when he found out he was going to wrestle Davey Richards here tonight, he relished the idea. He wants the toughest. He wants the competition. He wants to prove himself. And that's, in my mind, what sets Mike Mondo apart from the rest of the pack. And speaking of the pack.
Yeah, well, of course, the American Wolf, Davey Richards. It hasn't been an easy road for Richards in 2012. His friendship and partnership with diehard Eddie Edwards fell apart. His world title dream came to an end at Border Wars. But now, Richards looking to recap and regain and get back on the winning track. Can Davey Richards put aside the test of No Fear Mike Mondo?
I'll tell you, Davey Richards, one of the most unique athletes I have seen and met in 30 years in this sport. And you can tell the outpouring of the affection of the fans here in West Virginia. They respect this man's toughness and ability. Let's go to another man we respect, Bobby Cruz, for the introductions.
This match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first to my left, wrestling out of Long Island, New York, weighing 212.5 pounds, No Fear, Mike Mondo. His opponent to my right, wrestling out of Othello, Washington, weighing 208 pounds, American Wolf, Davey Richards.
So it's Richards one-on-one against Mondo here in this Road Rage edition of ROH Television. And now, let's go to the tail of the tape, where you see how similar these two men are in age and size. Mondo a slight weight advantage. Both men have wrestled all over the world against the best. And I always wonder the code of honor. Certainly Edwards adheres to it. Mondo picks and chooses, always with a style all his own.
Mondo generally shakes hands, but is more of an intimidation factor than is a display of sportsmanship. And, well, I thought there would be a code of honor, but in this case, perhaps not. All right, we've got a bell and we've got liftoff on a first ever singles meeting, and these two guys actually are so similar. Kevin, I first met Mike Mondo when he was a teenager, came to an Ohio Valley Wrestling training seminar, and everybody was impressed with him. He was signed to OVW. By the time he got finished there, he'd not only been a champion, but an assistant trainer. He's wrestled all over the world. spent a couple of years in entertainment wrestling, but then actually did well there and came back to where his heart is in competitive athletic pro wrestling, and has so far really made a mark in 2012 in Ring of Honor.
Well, he certainly has, and of course, you know, as Davey Richards tries to find a way to escape from the overhand wrist lock by Mondo. You can see the bridge. Watch now, the kick. We've seen with Richards, of course, an up and down time. And you know Richards stung at the loss of the world title to Kevin Steen. And of course, the classic matchup that he had recently against die-hard Eddie Edwards, their 4th ever meeting. So Richards goes into this one knowing that he needs to win against a guy who only knows one speed, and that's forward, and is bound and determined to win the biggest match of his professional career.
Well, you know, and Davey is, I mean, he's more mentally focused and driven than any athlete that I think I've seen, as I said, in 30 years in this profession. But at the same time, if anybody was to question themselves or just question why me, it would be Davey Richards. The relationship with Eddie Edwards falling apart over something that Kyle O'Reilly started. Then Kyle O'Reilly's been giving him, frankly, some attitude problems. And Davey has had to bark at Kyle a time or two. He lost the title in Montreal, a foreign city, Canada. Steen, of course, a native. The fans were against him. If anybody was ever going to question anything that's going on with their life, it would be Davey Richards at this point, but he remains focused.
He certainly does. And Mike Mondo, we have seen him, I've said before, he's one of the finest defensive wrestlers that I've ever seen. A tremendous counterpuncher. Roll through here by Richards, too. Look at how quickly, though, almost sensing the escape from underneath, Mondo's in a submission hold.
Well, and now Mondo going to have to try to figure out how to get out of this one. Davey Richards, of course, a master of all techniques, rolls him over there. But so is Mike Mondo, and Mondo with a reversal. And I know for a fact, he told me earlier today when we were talking in the locker room, Mike Mondo is a student of the game. He's just studied 12 hours of Johnny Saint video. And Nigel, your normal broadcast partner, Nigel McGuinness, would get a bigger kick out of that than anybody. Johnny Saint, one of the greatest technical wrestlers in the history of the United Kingdom. Look at Mondo, missed the drop kick.
Watch out
Richards
now.
Off that deadly kick, and Mondo out of the way he had it scouted.
Yeah, you know, he was watching a lot of Johnny Saint tapes. I think he's been watching a lot of Davey Richards, too, because he knew that kick was on its way and did not find its mark.
Boy, I bet that foot coming at your head looks like a double-bladed axe when he swings that kick at you. And both these guys in such tremendous physical shape, such cardio shape, such Mondo, less than 5% body fat, all natural. He doesn't drink alcohol. He doesn't take any form of drugs, whether it be prescription or performance enhancing. He prides himself on training like a demon in the gym, and of course Richards lives in a dojo.
Wait a minute, Richards trapped him there, but how Mondo was able to turn it over, you have to wonder, did Mondo put his shoulders at risk just to be able to turn Richards inside out? When Mondo wrestles, Jim, I see a different side of any other competitor on the ROH roster.
Well, he takes pleasure in never having the same match twice to confuse opponents. They can't get a handle on the man that calls himself No Fear, but Davey Richards hard to handle himself. Look at this exchange backslide.
Backslide, oh! But it was Mondo who was first up to his feet. Now the body scissors again, putting the shoulders of Richards down. Another near fall. But Richards is there for the answer.
The fans here in Charleston, West Virginia, really enjoying the matches tonight. Another stacked him up. Of course, oh, wait a minute. Both men went for arm drags, and both men evaded each other. If you want to see Ring of Honor live, and it is something to see, folks, live events coming up July 14th, Milwaukee, the Turner Hall Ballroom. July 27th, Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at the Lawrence Joel Coliseum Annex.
And look out Providence, Rhode Island, the convention center on Saturday, August 11th.
And let's not forget Spartanburg on Saturday, July 28th, as the fans were saying this is wrestling. And it is wrestling if you want to see it live. Ring of Honor Live is professional wrestling. Mondo, was that a cheap shot? May have been questionable.
Well, the first time in the match that we've seen a bending of the rules.
Whoa, Mondo missed that charge. Davey Richards has that turnbuckle in his sights, but Mondo blocks it.
Into the turnbuckle goes Richards instead. Now watch out, here comes Mondo, head of steam.
Whoa!
Dropping the floor out from under him, watch out.
Oh my God! He just kicked him right in the face, and Mondo turned a backflip with the momentum.
That kick completely dimmed the lights of Mondo, turned him inside out, Jim, as you said.
We're going to have some wild action tonight. Texas Death Match, the main event, Jay Briscoe and Charlie Haas. It's Road Rage from Charleston, West Virginia, and you are seeing the action from the Civic Center here tonight, folks. But I'll tell you, the Charleston has been Ring of Honor crazy. The publicity and the attention that has been focused on Ring of Honor Wrestling on its debut in West Virginia has been second to none. But now these athletes are certainly earning that attention and earning all the accolades that have been thrown on them by the media, the radio, and the television here in the Mountaineer State.
I heard there's a committee being put together to
Wait a
nominate-
minute. Hey, a little dangerous over here now.
Wait a minute.
Can we just not get caught? Richard. Oh, my. He kicked him in the chest and the sweat flew in my face, Kevin. The front row ringsiders here in the Civic Center getting an up-close look. Hey, let go of my chair. Hold on here.
We got a big 20-foot ring right behind us, gentlemen.
Yeah.
How about in there?
We got 6 square feet over here, and they're on top of us. Richards.
So Mondo tried to break the rules. Richards has made him pay for it. Double stomp. Mondo out of the way. But the American Wolf back on. Wait a minute, though. Mondo, he gets out of the way of that attempt. Ooh!
Oh! My God, he shoulder tackled him. Richards flew backwards into the ring barricade. He could have been seriously injured.
Fans, I'm being told that we have to take our commercial break. This match will continue. Stay with us. Fans, we got huge news. Ring of Honor returns to pay-per-view with Death Before Dishonor 10 on Saturday, September 15th, 7:30 Central Time from the Frontier Fieldhouse, Chicago Ridge, Illinois. Tickets are on sale right now at ROHWrestling.com. Matches will be announced in the coming weeks for what promised to be a huge event from ROH. So make sure you stay tuned to ROHWrestling.com for matches and information. And as I said, tickets are on sale right now at ROHWrestling.com.
Kevin Kelly, I got this one. Death Before Dishonor 10. It's coming to Chicago Ridge, and